Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Thank you for the amazing feedback in the previous video, and as requested, due to popular demand, here we are in Manila today. We are specifically in the heart of NAIA International Airport, Romeo Papa Lima Lima. And we will be doing a bit of a city tour, see what we can spot, see if we can find your houses. I'm sure everyone is interested in doing that. So without further ado, let's get inside the cockpit. We are flying with the Cessna 172 today. This is one of the deluxe planes. Actually, the deluxe plane is because of these panels. Normally, the G1000 glass cockpit is what's going to be installed with the Cessna, the 172. But if you get the premium or the deluxe version, I think at least, then you should be able to, oh, that's nice lighting, have access to this exact plane as well. It's actually quite scenic. I like that. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, good. Anyway, we are here just right outside runway 31. So the plan for today, just sightseeing, just explore. Do we need probe heat? I doubt it, but just enable it to be on the safe side. I am a bit rusty on this plane, so you will have to bear with me a bit, but we'll see. So we'll do a city tour of Manila, try to find your houses, try to explore, fly over the airport, and then in the next video maybe we can do a proper IFR flight with flight plans and air traffic control communication with the ATC that's built in here in the sim, and fly a funky Cessna Citation Longitude. Could be a thing. Anyway, here we go. Take off. Power is set. Main center line. Please try our best to do so. That should be good enough. Let's just let it float like so. Beautiful. Alright, steady. Easy does it. So, let the house hunting begin, guys. I flew over here a while ago and I was looking for my house. I couldn't find it exactly. It's a bit weird actually that it feels so different from above. Like when you're driving, you see those roads, you know where you are, but look at it from like 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet above. It feels so different. But anyway, we'll do our best. So right now we are headed, we're northwest bound. We're tracing the coast here. What I'm trying to actually find is, for example, the highways, SLEX, NLEX, you know, the expressways. So we have a city in here as well. Could that be either Makati or Ortigas? So for all my Filipino friends out there, shout out to you guys. Let's enjoy our capital here. For those of you who are not from the Philippines, more than welcome this trip with us. It can get a bit crowded in here though. Maybe I should have taken a bigger plane. Maybe I should have taken the caravan or something. But my goodness, look at those clouds, right? This is actually real-time weather. So we have quite heavy cloud cover here. And I love the variety of them. Looks like it's going to rain actually. Might get a bit of weather in here. Right, maybe we can climb to around 2,500 feet. Just so we have a nice bird's eye view. And we'll see how it looks. It was great to see all the comments. I actually haven't gone through everything yet on the previous video. It's great to see that a lot of people can relate with me with my pains about having a mid-end, or not mid-end, but a mid-tier PC we're not as rich as the other YouTubers out there, so we have some budget limitations, but doesn't mean we can't have fun. Oh my goodness. Yeah, is that I'm wondering if that's like Manila Bay. I have not been able to recognize any specific building, and I turned on the points of interest just to be able to spot if they handcrafted anything, although by the looks of it, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like all of these were done based on the AI, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because my goodness, look at that. That's really how Manila looks like. Properly dense, properly realistic. When you're taking one of the flights and landing in NAIA here, there's the airport to our right. Then you see this exact scene. The densely packed buildings and houses. Let's try and level ourselves here. Going to ease off on the throttle so we get around 2300 RPM. We try fly straight and level here. Oh my goodness, that beautiful lighting, huh? Wow. Oh, by the way, I got a request saying I should go and show you guys stuff in external view. I have mixed feelings about that. And some of you might be able to relate to me, but I do understand the request, because if in external view, like here, then you can get to explore more areas, right? See more areas. There's actually a plane there. See the nav lights and the strobes. That's super cool. Not sure if that's AI or another player. But yeah, we can do this. That's fine. But somehow, to me, it feels a bit arcadey. Like, I don't know. Just for me, being inside the actual cockpit like this and looking around, even though I get a bit of limited view, it feels much better for me. It feels more real, because I can really get to feel that I'm inside and flying and looking out. But yeah, I'll try to go to external view from time to time, but probably won't be much. I just love how the weather slowly evolves, that you don't actually notice it changing. That's actually one thing that I want to do. Maybe I should do a time-lapse kind of thing. That would be interesting. Just so we could see if the clouds really are evolving at a very slow pace, that if you're not really looking for them, you won't notice at all. Here's the airport, and yes, we are climbing to 3,000. Missed that one. But yes, we'll get back on it in a bit. So let's climb to 3,000 and then let's level off. That should be okay. Not like there's anyone to stop us anyway. We've tuned out all the radios, so they cannot try and stop us. What mountain is that? That's the heading. That is to the west of the airport. I have a map here on my other screen. Let me try and trace that. That is Mariveles, I think. That's the one. Oh, some beautiful clouds in here. Not the best weather, but something that you can definitely expect to see in real life. Looks like at any point the rain can fall on us. Okay, let's go and overfly the airport right here. And let's dial down on the stuff there. Let's just go cruise here. We trim it a bit. Back to 3,000 feet. There's the airport. Yeah, the runways are pretty accurate. I think even the taxiways are. Like the high-speed taxiways for when a plane lands and exits the runway. I think those are also there, but some of you guys might be more experts than I am. Actually, many of you guys probably are, because I'm no expert. And I'm still kind of climbing a bit. Sorry about that. Oh, is it actually raining over there? Maybe. Or is that just smog? That's the thing though, isn't it? That's the thing. It's a bit difficult to distinguish sometimes. That is super cool. I do want to trace the highway. That might be SLEX right there. Over there. So we'll try and trace that. If we can level off here at least. So I found so far that the most enjoyable experience that I've had here in the sim is when I took one of these smaller planes and just enjoyed the fun of flying. Normally when I fly, before in the other sims, I would go for these funky flight plans with all the departure procedures, arrivals, the approaches, and that's super cool. It really scratches my nerdy itch. But I think those are currently still in progress in some cases. Still a bit raw in some spots. So now we have a perfect opportunity to explore and enjoy the actual flying dynamics, the flight model. Should we punch through here now? Let's be good citizens here. I think we're a bit too close to the clouds though. I guess we should be at least like 500 feet below. So let's go back down to 2,500 feet. Maybe we see better stuff from that angle. Anyway, is that the plane? It is. Someone's landing. Someone's on final there. Are they? Yeah, they are on final. Cool. Can we have a look? But yeah, this plane is just such a pleasure to fly. It does exactly what you expect it to do. Because I was trying to fly the Cessna Citation a while ago, the Longitude. My goodness, that is a beautiful plane, but it's a monster. Like, it doesn't want to be tamed. And it just like goes berserk as soon as you go off the runway. There it is. That guy has landed already. That's pretty cool. Even from this far, you can see it still. Nice. Alright, let's go and try and find that highway. So we are headed southbound now. Southern peeps represent. Let's see. I kind of like as well the way they've done this, because if you look closely at the buildings, it's not that everything is like in 3D. Some of them are, if you look close enough, some of them are like satellite images houses, but they added that kind of like bumps, so to make them like a bit 3D, shadows and whatnot, like that illusion. So even though it's not fully 3D, it kind of feels like it if you don't look at it hard enough, and that's just very smart implementation. I like that. I wonder what this is. Yeah, I've been trying to look for landmarks. I have not found a specific one. Like for example, Mall of Asia. Let's try and find it. I have not seen it. I have seen something that might be it. But let's try. You guys try and look for it together with me, okay? Let's see. So if we are here, maybe it's actually somewhere on this spot. Could that be it? There's a big one there on the right. Although, if I try this out, I think MOA should be over on this side. Right. So to the west. So yeah, all of this satellite images combined with the, what's the name of the company? Black Shark AI. Super smart, guys. The power of AI. Oh my goodness. And the frame rate is not bad. I mean, given that we are in the very thick of things, I think there are even more buildings here than in Singapore in terms of number. Yeah, look at how dense that is. And that looks exactly like that when you're flying through here. As you guys are about to land, you'll see that kind of scene. That just looks so good. I wish there were some custom buildings, but not really a necessity in this case. You get the vibe. This definitely feels like Manila. Although, to be fair, something we always recommend to our foreigner friends when they are going to the Philippines. When you go to the Philippines, you go to Manila because that's where the airport is. But as soon as you get here, go anywhere else. Go elsewhere. Because yeah, this is a very densely packed city. And if you're going to Manila, chances are you'd want to enjoy the natural beauties of the country. The beaches, the mountains. And those are found outside. But for flying purposes, I think this is a necessity. We'd put this at the top spot. Enjoying the view here. Let's go to external view again. Maybe we can find that better. Here. Okay, there's the airport again. I think this is runway, what, 06? Yeah, 0624 is this main runway. So EDSA should be... Is that MOA supposedly? Mall of Asia is one of the famous malls, not only in the Philippines but in Asia as a whole because it's so large. I'm not sure if it's the biggest or for sure one of the biggest malls out there. And yeah, we Filipinos, we do love our malls. Let's have a look. Yeah, that might be it. You're looking at the right spot here. That one. It's a bit hard to find. Would be much easier if we had the moving maps feature ready. But yeah, I think it is. Because if we zoom in there, I can clearly see the satellite images on the ground, and then they kind of plop down the 3D buildings. And if you look at it from afar, it actually looks good. Yeah, that looks like the entrance of MOA, doesn't it? With the roundabout there, the rotonda, and the globe should be here. That seems like it. Mall of Asia Arena should be somewhere, I guess, here. But yeah, that's as close as we can get. That should be EDSA. Look at all those cars. There's even traffic in the satellite image. Yeah, it's filled with cars. They kind of masked it, but yeah, it's still there. Oh, that's cool. Okay, at least we were able to find something. Alright, and if that is Mall of Asia, then this should be Manila proper. I wonder where LaSalle is. LaSalle is one of the famous universities in the Philippines. That's where I studied. Animo LaSalle. Oh, I cannot seem to find where it is. But yeah, so I guess Manila Bay is here. This one. That's Rojas Boulevard probably. And sorry if I'm getting my geography wrong. Even in my home country, I'm pretty much a clueless guy. So You'll have to bear with me. So I look forward to your comments, guys. My fellow Filipinos, guide us here. Let's crowdsource this. Put the timestamp, and if you found a specific landmark or what that should have been, let me know. I should have taken the Icon A5 here. That water plane that's part of the sim. That is such a fun plane to fly. It's like it feels like a flying car, as to have, because of how simple it flies. You just push on the throttle, and you're flying. In its basic sense, yes, it's like that. Yeah, that might be Rojas Boulevard. Isn't it? Not so sure anymore. Anyway, let's go through here. Let's go and explore a bit of the city, and let's go to external view so you guys can get a better peek at it. I guess thankfully track IR works even in external view, so I can easily like look at my instruments and look elsewhere, so you guys can sightsee while I focus on making sure we don't crash somewhere we don't want to. Well, we don't crash, period. How about that kind of canal there? It exits through here in the West Philippine Sea. That one, right? Oh my goodness, I hope I get this right. That is to the west, yes. Okay, so that should be it. And you have proper scaling of the buildings as well. This is exactly how it should look. You have like low buildings, and then in the city you have those what do you call them? Skyscrapers, kind of. Yeah, so that is exactly how it looks as well. Super cool. So yeah, for today we just take a tour of Manila. Let me know if you found your house. I doubt it with all these buildings. But next video will probably start in Manila, but it's going to be a very different flight. We're going to go and try to make it a bit more of a flight simulation than like a sightseeing tour. So I will be practicing with the Cessna Citation Longitude. That's a plane that you get when you get the premium deluxe version, and it is one of the most high-tech planes I've ever seen. It goes up to, I don't know what is the service ceiling for that, but in one of my flight plans it told me to go up to 45,000 feet. My goodness, that's even higher than airliners, I think. Oh, look at these clouds. That is beautiful, and I love that the clouds don't disappear anymore. If you know what I'm saying, if you are familiar with the sim that I've been playing in for the longest time, well, not really longest time, but for a year, that is one of my main gripes. The weather, frankly, kind of sucks in that other sim, because the clouds would disappear for like a second, it would come back up, and it would look completely different. The clouds would be elsewhere, so you could end up suddenly in the soup because of that blinking thing. Here, you can't even see. You can't even distinguish that it's changing, but it is. So yeah, I think a time lapse would be very nice. I might actually put that in the list of ideas. What do you guys think? Oh, what highway is that? But yeah, for a city that was not handcrafted one bit, my goodness. Wow, right? Very nice. So let's go ahead and try to land. let's find an airport that will take us. Looking forward to the next videos with you guys. Let me know if you have other suggestions, planes to try, routes to take, places to discover. And pretty soon you guys should be flying with me already, because this sim is about to release by the time this video releases, just in 2 days actually. So that's cool. And also just a bit of update for the techies there. If you're planning to record this, I remember I mentioned in the previous video that OBS had problems. It's not really an OBS issue, it's more of a, and it's not a flight sim issue, because even though I'm maxing out my GPU here the entire time, as you might have seen in the performance benchmarks in the previous video, it's not the cause why OBS is lagging. It's more because of my multiple monitor setup. So there is this Windows bug when you have monitors with different refresh rates. Yeah, it kind of, the frame drops can happen. It's a very well-known Windows issue, and that's what's happening here. So even with Flight Sim in full screen, because I have a different refresh rate on my main monitor versus the one on where OBS is, it's causing a lag. Now to fix that, a workaround is to just disable the preview on OBS, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm actually recording this with OBS right now. So you guys let me know. I know it's not 60 frames, not by far, but it should not be stuttery at least. It should be smooth 30 plus FPS. Right, so let me know if you encounter lots of stutters. Where the heck is the airport? No, range. There we go. Okay, straight ahead is NAIA. Alright. Where should we land? Now it seems like the weather is really turning bad. I think we'll just be in time here. Seems like approach lights there, so let me line up here. Is this runway 06? Oh, I think this is 24 actually. That's fine. But yeah, I'm excited for the next video, because in there we will be able to get more of what the sim has to offer beyond the eye candy, so to speak. Let's go and land maybe runway 31, the same runway we departed from, so that we are like in the right downwind here. That should be okay, I think. That seems to be a better approach. That runway right there is where we're going to land. That one. Or at least we'll try to. No guarantees, okay? No guarantees. Let's go and dial this down to 1800 RPMs and pull on the yoke so we keep our altitude, but we start bleeding off our airspeed. To the back there's actually a plane taxiing to the runway, if you guys saw that. Alright, let's go and turn here. Turning right base. Get a better view of what's ahead of us. I think we're a bit high. Yeah, just a tad, but I'm sure we can catch up. One notch of flaps. Let's go ahead and turn final right here. Easy does it. Whew, that's a bit of a steep descent. Should have put in one more notch of flaps there, but now I'm a bit too fast. Well, we'll have to dive. Something that you probably shouldn't do. But my goodness, that view looks amazing. It looks like the weather got better a bit. Clouds look thinner now. That plane is still taxiing right there. But maybe I should be focusing on my landing here, huh? We'll be floating here a bit, guys. But bear with me. Okay, easy. I'm just completely on idle since like a few seconds ago. Oh, we're still too high. Still too fast. Too fast, too fast. That is not how you do it. No, 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 no. I'm going to stall. The flaps up. Let's go back up. It does feel weird. I did something wrong there for sure. Did I break something? Who knows? I just want to spend more time with you guys. That's my excuse. Oh, clumsy flying at its finest. That's what happens when you don't plan a proper approach. You just wing it. That insane pitch up thing is weird. Like it just pitches up like that. Strange. Might have broken my plane, guys. Did I do wrong? Well, I guess I did a lot of things wrong. But should be enough to survive at least. Let's see, the trim is... yeah, maybe it's the trim. Could be just the trim. Okay, let's do this again. Runway 31 should be right there. Not how you do patterns normally. Okay, now we're getting more stable. It was my trim. Something like a runaway trim there, that was scary. Runaway trim, but due to pilot error. Okay, runway 06. The lighting is beautiful, isn't it? It's very nice actually. You still have flaps? No, we don't have any flaps whatsoever. Okay, so this is like returning base right here. Putting one notch of flaps in. Runway is over there somewhere. That's the one. That feels much more normal. I'm just testing the flight dynamics, guys, the flight model. I'm not sure if I can come up with more excuses here. Oh, there it is. Plane actually took off. The guy that was taxiing. See him? Yeah, there he is. Cool. Let's turn final. I think I'm approaching wrong here again. And here I go diving again. Very bad example. Bleed off that airspeed, because this will not do for a proper landing at all. I have a feeling I broke my flaps. Overspeed or something. That should be okay. Just bleed it off. Steady. Steady. Float it out. There you go. Well, we managed it somehow. Not the best approach, but very floaty landing. I'll take it. And let's just taxi to the end of the runway here. There should be like a taxiway near the end actually. So I can go keep on straight here. And that should be okay. Now we can compare if what I remember from the airport layout from the other sims is consistent with what we see here. Yeah, it's consistent. So there's this long, what do you call this bit here where you cannot land but you can take off from here. And this is the taxiway. And there's like a parking over there somewhere for GA if I remember correctly. Cool stuff. Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. For something with only default sceneries, my goodness. Don't think we can ask for more than that. Now this is not for GA definitely, but we'll just hang out here in the meantime. Just let them tow this later. Phew. Okay, you can clean out your bags now. Your puke bags. Alright, there we are. Right, so I won't bother with all the shutdown procedures and everything. I'll just maybe kill the engine like so. And there we are. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and enjoying this beautiful view with me. Welcome to Manila. Catch you guys in the next video. Looking forward to your comments. Thanks and bye-bye. Clumsy flying.